I will keep proving that I am here for truth. I will keep proving that I'm not here for eye service. I will keep proving that regardless of who I like or who I speak for, if the person comes out tomorrow to disappoint or to do something that goes in contrary, Aproko Doctor is somebody that I've actually respected for years, and I'm still respecting him. Nothing has actually changed. But then, this is the very first time I am seeing Aproko Doctor defending what that guy is. A very intelligent guy to start with. That is the reason I even started liking him. You never get anything where Aproko Doctor talk what they do. In fact, I must tell you the truth. Aproko Doctor is the person that inspired my water drinking culture. This is how many years now? See me. With my water drinking culture from morning, I stopped beer for years. To tell you how much I followed this guy. Now, I saw Aproko Doctor saying something about the GMO, genetically modified organisms, and a lot of people have been saying a whole lot of things, expressing disappointment, cursing him even. We don't need to curse people. We need to draw people's attention to the truth, to what it is, the original thing. You see this influence thing? Influence thing is not easy. Once you have influence, it is in fact, almost impossible not to be corrupted. Yes, almost impossible. No matter how much I speak for somebody, I always have that room for you to do one or two things tomorrow that disappoints me, and I adjust. By adjusting doesn't mean that I will leave you or I have to, stop liking you or stop respecting you. But I have to adjust based on the fact that I was expecting that you are human. We have things to do. We have responsibilities. We also in Nigeria. Aproko Doctor's approach to what GMO is what I'm actually most disappointed at. Not really what he said. If you look at Aproko Doctor, how he said what he said, Aproko Doctor, you are too intelligent for this now. Aproko Doctor had to do a whole lot to make sure that he was making sense. Yet at the end of the day, it wasn't sound as if he was actually making sense. Respectfully saying. Immediately I started watching, I said, Aproko did this in. Leave the GMO aside. Let's leave it. Did you see how he delivered the whole thing? Compare how he delivered it to how he has been delivering a whole lot in the past. Aproko knows how to be very confident in what he knows how to defend. I've never doubted him, because once you are listening to him, you are getting a whole lot from him. But this very one, nothing. I watched to the end, I had to repeat, and I wasn't getting any single thing from what he was saying. So, what is now GMO? That is the question. What is genetically modified organisms? From the word genetic, from the word modify, what is genetic? Gene, something where their body already knows, something that is inherently wired inside. What is modified? Changing, altering, adjusting. Now, what is organisms? Edible things that have sort of life inside, right? Very good. What is the essence of this whole thing? What is the essence of this whole grammar? For the purpose of keeping those things fresher than they were originally meant to be, it is actually the science of altering how crops grow. So they grow faster, they resist pests without pesticides, and don't spoil easily, just for mass production and profit. So the big question is, was Aproko Doctor right when he said that GMO is 100% safe? That's the question everybody has in mind, right? For the fact that it's coming from Aproko Doctor, everybody seems disappointed. And especially because Aproko Doctor has actually dragged countless products, snacks, canned foods being too artificial and too processed, too fake. He even held one festival in Lagos. The purpose was just to inspire the culture of, taking something that is actually 100% safe water. The only thing Aproko Doctor knows in life, in fact, he keeps saying it in his video, that is natural and safe, is only water. Now, suddenly, lab-grown and modified foods are very okay for Aproko Doctor. So the question now is GMO good or bad? Let's reframe this question. Before asking if GMO is actually good or bad, ask yourself this very question. Are canned foods bad for your health? Do processed food contribute to cancer or body toxicity? Why do doctors still recommend fresh fruits and vegetables, not lab-enhanced ones? Why are chronic illnesses like colon cancer, infertility rising in countries where these GMO crops are dominant? If you can answer this very question, then maybe you have already answered the GMO question. See, let's call it what it is. Let's define this. GMO is a man-made interference with what God gave in abundance. What maize do? What all these crops do now? On our wise past God, we keep up for there. On our wise past God that has been providing for us without even knowing. Why are you trying to, what is the purpose of all these things? We've been doing real estate for years, yet every single person that's actually grown to buy property or invest in real estate still has a lot in abundance for them. That's how the universe works. It has been programmed to provide every single person, both the unborn, with things that will outlive them. No man will outlive the abundance of what the universe actually gave us. If it's not greed, if it's not for the purpose of profit, tell me, I may still want to say they die. Aproko Doctor and Co. Make this make sense to me. You took what is actually growing freely from the soil and retouch it in a lab just to serve for mouths, make more money, and control what enters your body and others' body. You see, that's not preservation. That is not even trying to feed mouths. That's perversion. It's an unholy perversion of the balance of nature. There's nothing you are telling me. It's more like trying to, infuse something in man for man to stay 200 years. I don't know if you're following me. You want to alter what has been, inherently wired to function the way. And the funny thing, this isn't just food. It's actually science disguised as generosity. And guess what again, which is actually funnier? The ones controlling it aren't your neighbors in Abia or Akure or even in Anambra or Lagos or Abuja. It's a system that never respects the boundary of Africa in the first place. All of a sudden, GMO, look at the crops that they choose to, for this GMO thing. Corn, maize. What are corn producing? What are the byproducts? Sweet corn, cornflakes, cornstarch. Billions consume it in a daily. Soybeans, soy milk, baby food, animal food, canola oil. You shake your ground oil, you'll see that, you have it at home. Papaya using juice. But let's ask this. Why didn't they genetically modify yam, cocoa yam, bitter leaf, or bonogo? Why haven't they touched fufu, batu? Why haven't they touched all these things? Simple because these crops doesn't feed them. They feed us. And for some reason, these crops that are naturally, traditionally African have been untouched. That's not conscience, that's intention, I swear. The truth is that I'm not even here to condemn GMO. Who am I now? I mean, nobody where Aproko and the government officials and the ministries, and global bodies have actually embraced it. But as an African man, raised on fresh fruits, ogo, from my backyard, who understands the health value of fresh okra in my system and fresh ogbon and all these fresh things in my system. I mean, God blessed us with it. It's an African, thing. Nature is part of our essence. And somehow, some people are trying to come against that very nature. Farming is part of Africa. Farming is part of the identity of Africa. So we have the strength to farm. We have the strength to grow these things. We don't necessarily need help. Aproko Doctor, we don't necessarily need help. What are we modifying? We enjoy it this way. There's a reason why fruits, all these things spoils. There's a reason why they're perishable. That's the nature. You can't change it. You can't alter it. Any attempt to alter it doesn't speak generosity. It doesn't speak conscience. It speaks of ulterior motive. Live food is not African. This is not our way. And even if it's called safe, it's not the same. I know that what you're going to do is you will try to compare it with AI and tell me it's AI African. AI stimulates our brain. GMO invades our biology. Big difference. This isn't just about the food, it's about trust. It's about the whispers of science that slowly replace your culture with convenience. If the same people who told you that bleaching creams are safe, who made sugar-free drinks more deadly, now tell you that love crops are best, maybe it's time to question the altar you are eating from. It's time to question the things you've been eating. Don't lose your soul just to fill your stomach. Allow nature to breathe. You are an African before any other thing.